Yo, what up, y'all? It's Bryce, also known as BTW I'm gonna make a quick video about the GTA V mystery after the game or whatever. By the way, all of this is story mode. I don't mess around at all online because I'm convinced that the triggers won't work the same way and stuff. But I'm just gonna kind of ramble on about some stuff and put it out there, and I'll try to later on today get some clips of like the little stuff that I'm talking about, and then after I do that and I get some feedback on what specifics y'all want me to talk about first, I'll try and do some in-depth videos, because I get maybe an hour a night of free time. It's like 5:30 in the morning right now. My kids are about to get up. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of time to work on this stuff. So whatever y'all think's the most important to talk about first. But I'm just gonna run through a list of all this stuff. Also, because I know this is scattered and I don't make content. I'm not doing this for money. I don't care if you like it or don't like it or whatever. I'm just trying to put the information out there and stuff. Also, I'm not a guru. I don't keep notes on a lot of this shit as far as like all the different Easter eggs and stuff. So these are just some of the formulas and things that I found. But I'll put timestamps on all the specific stuff, or try to, so it's a little more navigation, a little easier to navigate. But yeah, so a lot of this stuff has to do with the map, like actual physical maps, the satellite maps, like as many HD maps as you can find, the better. If you can print them out and blow them up poster side, that would be like dope, as long as they're high res. Also if you have the physical copy, that map is really important. But anyways, there's hidden words all over the map. Some of them aren't hidden. Some of them, it's just people don't really look at that booklet physical map. But you can see, like, it, the paradigm talks about lies, or and they quote lies, damn lies, a lot. And but like, for example, around the Raton Canyon, a little bit to the west, you'll see a block that clearly says lie, and there's a few other ones that are like hidden or harder to see. A lot of the stuff you have to like hold the map up almost like level with your eyes, looking up into it. A lot of the words are hidden because there's no hard outline, and it's just between two shades of green or brown or tan or whatever. And so the easiest way to see those is to like put, a piece of paper or something that gives it a hard top and bottom, you know what I mean? And just kind of mess around with darkening and lightening and see, because it's usually one word will be, say, like dark green, and the negative space of lighter green around it will be another word, or like different letters in between it and stuff. So I know all this sounds goofy as shit right now. Well, I'll try and put some images up, like I said. So there's that. There's also like the little symbols and stuff marked, like by the altruist camp. There's two, looks like two mountains. There's two triangles, which means different things. Also, there's PRZ all over the place, and from a little bit of Google search that I did, it seems like it has something to do with the layers of rock. There's a few different things with geology that has to do with that, with the layers. Those have something to do with the rock, different layers, or being, so maybe those potentially are something that we need to blow up or put something on or take it off, or who knows. But one of them is by the dam, and one of them is by the Infinity 8 rocks in Sandy Shores. Alright, also with the mural, this kind of explains the mural and the whole map. This whole thing, the main thing, I said it before on the videos, I just said it so people would look into it. I didn't show it in the video at all, and I kind of was like putting the map up to the mirror, just showing that it's almost infinite the ways that you can look at it mirrored. And a lot of people saying, oh, it's not showing anything and this and that. Like it is, because all of it's going to show something. But yeah, I wasn't getting into anything specific. So I mean, I get I get what people are saying, but at the same time, if you actually look and do what I'm saying, then it'll be clear. So if anyone has all these negative comments and stuff, I don't have time to argue with it. I'm not getting anything out of this other than to let it be heard and stuff. But if you actually go do it, then you'll see that it's true. So if you're saying that it's not, I just don't have time to argue with you, because I know for a fact that you haven't looked into it, or else you will see. So anyways, as far as the mural goes, you see 25 and 52 all over the place, and I mean, it's everywhere. Or you'll notice that in signs, S's look like a 2 or a 5, or they're somehow 52 and 25 are found all over the place. There's even a restaurant or a building that has the Roman numeral V and 2 spelled T-O-O, but still 5-2. And that's because if you look at the mural if you look at the mural by the cable car on Mount Chiliad, you'll see that there's 5 lines above the eye, and there's 2 lines below, and it's 5-2, and there's a line through the eye, which is just representing the mirror. And I believe that the 5-2 and the 2-5 just mean when you see that, it can be flipped either way. Like if you see a 2 and you mirror it, it'll become 25, and if you look at it the other way, it would be, if you mirrored it the other direction, it would be 52. And if you flipped it upside down, either way would be the same thing. Like a digital clock would show. A lot of the numbers are kind of set up like that, like how you could flip with a digital clock. I said before on one of the other videos about the 3s and the 8s being representing where you should mirror it. You can mirror all over the place, but there is very specific ones. And pretty much like any red light, not all red lights, but a lot of the red lights are actually one of the places that you should overlay the mural. So if you can bring up the map and blow up the map and then make the mural transparent, like 20% transparent or something, and put it over the map, you'll see where it lines up, but it has to be mirrored, right? And the mural is all over the place with a pyramid with an egg in the middle, and boxes going out to the side. Some of them are way more obvious, some are less obvious, but they're all over the place. And yeah, so there's that. Like I said, I apologize for jumping all around. There's 1,000,001 things, and things overlap, so telling you about one thing without explaining something else, it's a pain in the ass. So anyways, so you'll see 88 in the mirrorings a lot. You'll see words in the mirrors, 25. Trust. One of the words you'll see constantly when you're mirroring things is trust. You'll also see toot, T-O-O-T, as in like honk a horn or something. Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. Also roar, R-O-O-R. And toot, when you see in the mirror, you think, oh, that's nothing. That's nothing specific. It's not meant to be there, because the word to, T-O, mirrored be T-O-O-T, so it doesn't seem like it. But once you actually look, it's not even signs. That's one thing about the mirror. From the absolute micro to the absolute macro is mirrorable. Anywhere on the map, I don't care where you're at, pull something up, zoom into the texture on a wall, on the ground, in the grass, in the clouds, in the stars, the lights on buildings. I'm telling you, everything has symbols and images. Every texture, any image you pull up for textures in the actual game files, all are mirrorable and will show images. The more you look into the mystery, the more the images will make sense. A lot of them are not important, in my opinion. A lot of them are just artwork, you know what I mean? It's the entire, everything. Some spots it'll point you to that are more specific and meaningful and intentional, but all of it is just, I'm telling you, right now, go anywhere, just randomly open up any save file that you have, whatever direction you're looking at when the game comes on. Any painting, just normal painting, like tattoos on the wall, murals, I mean, anything you can possibly imagine. Get on your phone and go to the camera and go to the mirror app or whatever in the camera options and mirror anything, and you will see almost unlimited amount of mirrored images. And yeah, so everything in the game is intentional. Like it's crazy. But anyways, like I said, so you'll see Trust a lot. You'll see Toot, and you'll see Roar. I'm not really sure what Roar means yet, or the Trust, but the Trust has to do with the train and the bus lines and stuff too. But I'll talk a little bit more about that. Because like if you see on the actual physical map, it says for the trains like catch the arrow, follow the arrow, catch the arrow, something like that. But it's the symbol for the train and bus station becomes Trust. So yeah, I'll try and put an image up on that too. Let's see, activating the towers, like I have not, telling you guys all this, I have not had the chance to do all of this whatsoever. There's a whole bunch of stuff to be done that covers going back and forth through the whole map, and like I said, I have an hour free time to myself a day. It's never always going to be spent on this. And like there's a million things and I get sidetracked all the time, so there's no way I can do all this. That's why I'm trying to put it out there. But anyways, like the Sandy Shore of the hospital, if you blow up that tower, you can hear it beeping, and it'll constantly, from then on out, after it's saved, whenever you go by it, it'll always be beeping. And I'm pretty sure it's because we have to activate all of these towers all over the place. And if you mirror the map, you'll see which ones, because there's symbols like I'll get back to that. Anyway, so activating the towers, the clouds constantly change, constantly, and a lot of the game with the mirroring, bird's eye is a big way of mirroring, but also being at certain, like say anywhere a telescope is, you can almost guarantee that where that's facing, if you mirror it, it's going to show up something that you wouldn't see from bird's eye whatsoever. And so when the clouds will be in a certain area all the time, certain images in the clouds will be over a certain area showing you where you need to be going. So anytime you'll notice, like if you drive into the next county or something, or the next street or whatever, the clouds will change. Or if you finish a mission or start a new mission and stuff, the clouds constantly change. And there's symbols throughout them, and it'll show you like arrows and stuff for where to go. In the stars, the same thing. The stars are a little bit harder to tell, but if you zoom way in, and the better the black quality on your TV image settings is, the better you'll be able to see it. But all the way into like almost the texture of the dust in space or something like that, there's tons of images. And I haven't had a chance to go through the whole night sky, but I'm pretty sure with the shoot for the stars, there's a certain area that it's marked out, and it's probably where the Epsilon satellite is aiming at, the one odd satellite in the desert that's facing a different way. The skyscrapers, there's messages in the lights, in the windows and stuff, on and off. You have to mirror it from every direction. You have to mirror it from the left, but upside down, downside up, or whatever, and then from the right, the same thing. There's gonna be 4 different ways at least you can see it. And like for example, from Franklin's apartment, or from Franklin's house, if you look at night at the downtown, it spells out lies. Like the first building will be the L, the second building will be the I. The E is actually when that the weird light comes up on that building, and then the S is just part of the next building is cut off, and it's just the shape of the S. But lies mean something, obviously. That's a big one to figure out, because it's marked everywhere where they are. It's just a matter of figuring out what they mean and what to do with them, and going through and doing it. Two, everywhere that I found two on the map mirrored. If you go there and use the Space Docker's horn, it'll play the rare horn and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's just a matter of activating all of where it's marked 2. Now, there's a bridge down kind of by Meriwether's dock that says something about signaling. It's about vessels opening up the bridge and dropping it and requesting access for it, but the wording of it says something about 2 long blasts or 2 short blasts or something. I'd have to look at it, but it could be that that's telling us how we have to go about getting their attention or signaling them or whatever. The spectrometer, the missing spectrometer, that's us. We have computers. Get the audio, run it through a filter, and try and separate the layers. And if you know anything about hidden images and audio, I went through it at first and I couldn't figure it out. And I said, I know there's got to be, all the playlists have some type of code, like all the radio stations, all the names, kind of make a little statement and stuff. And but I couldn't figure it out. And then when I stumbled on the mirror, I said, oh, let me go back and look. And sure enough, if you look at the audio and you mirror it, it's got tons of hidden images and stuff. So I think the biggest ones to look at would probably be the radio station remixes. Like each station has a remix or 2. Those, my guess, would be the ones to look at, because in order to do that, they have to add white noise that's you know, set up to be in a certain spot to show an image, right? And another big one, there was an album released like a week before Grand Theft Auto V came out, called the Kifflom Subjects, the Higher Reaches of Epsilon, the Kifflom Subjects. And if you read all of the names in that in the album, the track list, it all has tasks and stuff that you need to do. And I have not been able to, on Spotify, it'll show the album and it shows the artwork and it shows the track list, but it won't let you play or download them, just the samples. I've heard some people in the comments in other countries that say they could get the files. I'm in the US, I couldn't get the files. If you do stumble across them, I'm pretty sure that is going to have like the biggest basically archive of hidden images and instructions and stuff that probably go like hand in hand with the paradigm. So yeah, I mean, that would be definitely something to look into. And each song is like 10 minutes long and stuff, or you know, it's filled with just synths and stuff, which is extremely easy to hide images in, and without people noticing that there's weird patterns and stuff. Also, all of the wallpapers that Rockstar releases, all of them have hidden images and stuff. There's a lot of stuff around on the map that says Ring of Fire, choose your ring, destroy the ring. I'm not sure if it's talking about the ring by the vineyard, or what the deal with that is. But if you look down at the southeast, the southeast part of the map, you'll notice there's a little ring out in the grass where there's no missions, there's nothing else going on in that hill that is clear. And there's just a little ring on the map, but if you go to it in game, there's nothing there. And it's on multiple maps though, so there's something to that. Also, all of this mirroring stuff, the regular physical map, the Trevor Phillip Enterprises map, all of those mirror and show different stuff. Let's see, there's a lot of things that lead me to believe that we have to take the orange glowing balls on top of the juice stands that say big. There's a lot of, so I don't know what I just cut out at, but anyways, I'm pretty sure the orange balls above the juice stand that say big are meant to go into the water, because if you mirror the Blaine County insignia as well as the Los Santos, it looks like the apple and orange are going into the water somewhere. I don't know if that's relating to the egg going back from the paradigms, or what's up with that. But I don't know if there's a certain time, if certain of those balls have to go to a certain place or what. So I haven't figured that out yet. But there's a lot of mirrored stuff that says big, and that shows that in the images. Another big thing to look at, I think, would be the square that only comes out during a thunderstorm on the mountain near where Michael can do yoga. You can Google it and find it. I think that has to be something that you have to take a certain vehicle there and drop it. I'm pretty sure that the trailers, like the Atomic trailer and also the Cluck and Bell trailers, I think they need to be towed somewhere, because if you notice, there's a few places where there's always a cab around that can, a truck cab around that could be able to tow them, and like by Trevor's Hangar and a few other places that the Cluck and Bell spawns often. And there's other stuff. There's so much. Like I said, I'm just trying to spitball a bunch of stuff, and whatever strikes everyone's attention and wants me to get a little more specific into what I know. Or I mean, I'll talk about a lot about it in the comments. It's just hard to piece all this together, because editing takes a hell of a lot of time, especially when you're trying to record all these little clips and all over the map. Also, showing mirrored images on a video is nearly impossible. I'm between houses right now. I'm selling my house in Florida. I moved back up to Indiana so my sons would be near their family, and all my stuff's in a storage pod right now. So I had bought a projector and a big ass projector screen, and I built a little camera track to keep it still. But what I'm seeing and trying to put it on the image, like, that has a program that's going to mirror it. If I don't see where it's mirrored at, I mean, all this stuff is a millimeter difference, makes a huge change in the images and stuff. So what I planned on doing was going through all the maps, zooming in, and I can't do every angle, but say left to right, you know, right to left, up and down on every map that I have, just as a resource for someone who doesn't have the maps or the game, that they can get online, look at the video, and, you know, put it on slow motion or something and go back and forth and take a look at some images. That way there's something specific. And let's see, I noticed there's these weird black bushes. Like, there's bushes that if you walk into, there's like a black orb there. One of them is by Weston's house, I believe, and another one is by that square that comes with the thunderstorm. I think we should look into the places that have cubes under the map. I'm not sure where all of them are. I know, like, Zancudo and behind the elevator in Chiliad, but I think we should look into all those, because obviously there's something that those mean. The graffiti has meanings. Oh, also I'll show an image why I say the 2 is meaningful. There's graffiti that shows 2 on there, not mirrored or anything, that just says it. So obviously that has something to do with something. There's also orange cones in places that doesn't seem like it should be, that I think that means something. The gold and green and blue lights all have different meanings, like exactly what each one, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's so much other stuff to talk about. I gotta get off here. My kids are gonna be waking up soon, and I still gotta find a way to get these clips and stuff. I know I'm all over the place with it. Like I said, I'm not a content creator. I'm just trying to get the information out there. There's a few other content creators that I've been trying to give this information to for like 6 months. And so I'm just trying to finally get this stuff out there, because seriously, now that it's out there, if we really look into it, you know, if we get a shitload of people that's using this formula to look at everything in a new light, It seems to me like we should be able to have this done in a couple weeks tops. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But anyways, everybody who's got positive things to say, I appreciate it. You know, I feel like a dick to not put this information out there, but that's a whole lot of shit to try and type it to a comment. Everybody's been so upset that I haven't just said all that in a comment, but yeah, there's no way, and it's as jumbled as it all is anyways, to try and make sense of that without showing is difficult. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I'll try and clean it up a little bit and put timestamps when I'm talking about anything specific. All of this is mostly just me telling you things so that you can go out and do it yourself and figure it out and see what it's all about, because most of you have probably put way more time and energy into this than I have. I play very little. You know, it's just something I stumbled across, and now when I play, I look at all this stuff. Oh, also something that may be really big. One last thing to close this on. If you're at Frank's and it rains, if you look through the telescope at Frank's house, the humidity, not the condensation on his window in front of the telescope, the fog there shows not mirrored, just plain, an eye in the sky with a beam coming down, and it's pointing somewhere southeast. I've had a hard time figuring it out because it's so far away. You know, it's a whole row going up. It's kind of hard to say which place it means, but it's probably marked by a light or something. But yeah, there's so much else to say. Time doesn't permit it. My head's a little foggy. But yeah, like I said, you know, in the comments, which, like I said, I don't give a shit about if you like it or dislike it or subscribe or none of that stuff. I'm just trying to put the information out there. If somebody went and just told all this information to somebody else, and, you know, I mean, give me credit or whatever, that's cool, but I don't want the likes and subscribers for that, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, in the comments though, if you tell me what you want to see or hear about, then that'll be the main focus of the next ones, you know what I mean? So anyways, I appreciate you listening to it. Hopefully we get this shit figured out, man. Love.